Hi everyone, this is Kelsey at OWL HQ. In this video, we're going to go over how to add and remove comments in commonly used apps like Microsoft Word, Microsoft 365, Google Docs, and LibreOffice. Comments are helpful when you need to provide feedback on a document that was written and sent to you by another person. Comments don't alter the structure or content of the document, so you can provide your feedback and send the document back to the author for them to review. The process of adding and removing comments is very similar across the 4 apps that I mentioned. Also, even though I'm demonstrating on word processing apps like Word, comments work similarly across other apps in these product families like Excel and PowerPoint. The first thing we need to do to create a comment is highlight the part of the text that we want to comment on. You can highlight as little as 1 space, letter, or punctuation mark, or as much as the entire document, but it's usually best if you highlight exactly what you want to comment on. For example, if you want to comment on the author's word choice, highlight that specific word. If you want to comment on the structure of a sentence, highlight that specific sentence. Once the text is highlighted, there are 4 ways to create a comment. I'll go over all 4 so you can decide which one you prefer. The first way to create a comment is to click on the Review tab of the ribbon, and then click New Comment. The second method is by using a keyboard shortcut, and that is Control-Alt-M. The third way is to right-click on the highlighted text, and then left-click New Comment. And the fourth way is by using the floating menu that appears after you highlight text and then let go of the mouse. At the end of the floating menu, there is a button that says New Comment, and click on that to add a comment. Once you use the keyboard shortcut or click New Comment in one of the 3 ways that I showed you, a comment bubble will appear on the right side of the document. And it should show your name or initials, and you can start typing what you want the comment to say. Click anywhere off of the comment to save it, and click back on it if you want to edit the comment. If you want to delete the comment, there are 2 ways to do that. The easiest is to right-click on the comment that you want to delete, and then left-click Delete Comment. The second way is to click on the comment, and then in the Review tab of the ribbon, click Delete. Once you're done commenting on the document, you can save it and send it back to the author for them to review your comments. They can either reply to the comment to keep the discussion going or delete them. Since Microsoft 365 is just an online version of Microsoft Office, it should come as no surprise that you can use the same 4 methods to create a comment. There's also an additional 5th method. After highlighting the text, use the keyboard shortcut Control-Alt-M, the Review tab of the ribbon, the floating menu, or right-clicking on the highlighted text. There should also be a small button that appears on the right side of the document after highlighting the text, and you can use this to create a comment too. When commenting on a Microsoft 365 document, you'll notice there's a button that you need to press in order to post your comment. Once the comment is posted, if you would like to edit it, click the 3 dots in the comment and then click Edit Comment. To delete it, you can click the 3 dots and then click Delete Thread, or you can click Review and Delete. Next, let's take a look at Google Docs. Again, there are 4 ways to create a comment. First, highlight the text that you want to comment on. The first way is to click the Insert tab and then comment. The second way is to use the keyboard shortcut Control-Alt-M. The third way is to right-click on the highlighted text and then left-click Comment. And the fourth way is to use the floating menu that appears after you've highlighted the text. Click the top button, which looks like a speech bubble with a plus sign inside it, and that is the button for Add Comment. Once the comment bubble appears, type what you want to say, and then click Comment. To delete a comment in Google Docs, hover your mouse over the comment you want to delete, click the three dots, and then click delete. And then confirm that you want to delete the comment. Lastly, let's look at comments in LibreOffice Writer. Commenting in Writer will look a bit different depending on what user interface you're using. Right now I'm using the standard interface, and there are 4 ways to add a comment. We can click Insert, and then Comment. Use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-Alt-C. We can click the Comment button in the menu, or we can right-click the highlighted text and left-click Insert Comment. If you're using the tabbed interface, which makes Writer look more like Word, click the Review tab, then Comment. You can also find a comment button on the Home tab, and you can also use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-Alt-C or right-click the highlighted text and left-click Insert Comment. Once the comment bubble appears, type what you want to say and then click off of it to save it. And if you want to delete a comment, click the down arrow on the comment and then click Delete Comment. And that is it for this video on comments in Microsoft Word, Google Docs, Microsoft 365, and LibreOffice Writer. I hope it's been helpful, and thank you for watching.